Hello, everyone. How you doing?
My goodness.
Oh my goodness. I'm really excited for today. Oh, I've been busy, I've been doing a lot has been going on. And it's really fascinating how the world is shifting. But
For
before we go forward, I want to introduce myself. My name is Antoine Hunter, Purple Fire Crow. And this is Deaf Woke. Ooh, let me give my video and visual description. I have ebony locks that are pulled back behind my head. Some are draping over my shoulder, with one falling on the side of my face. I have salt and pepper beard. You can see some of the salt near my sideburns and the pepper in my beard. I have a black and gold background hanging behind me. And I am a dark milk chocolate skin that I get from my beautiful mother, Cherokee and Blackfoot African individual. And I'm always smiling. I'm wearing a black t-shirt and it has gold print that says hashtag Deaf Woke. And I am signing in American Sign Language. This is a deaf-led platform where we engage with our community about the goings on around the world. And I am not using my voice. We have the lovely interpreters working, and I will show you who they are. Interpreters, come on screen. These are the interpreters. We have one cool interpreter here, Gloshonda. And my other cool interpreter here, Jomaya. Thank you so much for coming today and providing your services. Love y'all. And it's funny. Sometimes we have tech issues and things happen. Some things are happening in the world, which is why it's important to take time to be patient with each other. Recently, I've been involved with so many things. I had the opportunity for this cool event, and it was the 4th annual Disabled List comedy show. It was a lot of fun. We flew in, we got things going, and I'm just so grateful to the disabled community for not disappearing. And I guess I did make some people laugh. I did make some people pee their pants. Yeah. But people left happy, even if they had pee in their pants or not. But today is not about me. Today, I want to talk about this beautiful person. Today, we are joined by the phenomenal artist whose voice fills stadiums. People from all over the world watch their amazing artistry, and it touches people's hearts all over the country and all over the world. This person is bold, intelligent, and brilliant, and unstoppable. a true powerhouse, trailblazing and redefining excellence with visibility, truth, and with heart. And in classical music arena. They did graduate from CalArts. And that was also in the San Francisco School of Music. They are an amazing singer and performer. They have sung the anthem. And they have sung at national sports events. For example, they have sung in Oakland Stadium. They have sung in San Francisco with the Deltas. I mean, they're not playing around. They've been with the San Francisco Giants and the Oakland Athletics. And they are just so amazing to watch on stage. For example, they have performed in Walt Disney Concert Hall. They've also performed in Trinity Church, which is in New York. They have also been in the San Francisco Symphony, making history as the first trans singer performing in that location. When I say not playing, not playing. This individual is recognized in the New York Times and NPR. They have received nominations for Emmys Awards. They've also been in the United Shades of America with Camu Bell. Just a beautiful person. They have performed all over the United States and internationally, from Canada to Brazil, and most recently performed in an orchestra in the Santa Isabel Theater. There's so much that I can name here, but we would be here all night. But I want you all to know who we're honored to have with us today. This is not just a groundbreaking individual, but a live example of what happens when you have truth, courage, and a voice all put together. Just beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, non-binary folks, please give your heart-filled welcome and applause for Breanna. Come on to the stage, Breanna Sinclairé.
Yeah. Hello, hi. Wow, Antoine, that was beautiful. I actually almost cried. I think sometimes you forget, the things that you've done. And so, I'm very grateful. And thank you, Antoine, for inviting me to this beautiful podcast. I'm very honored. So thank you.
Oh, really? I feel truly blessed to have you. I'm just wanting to welcome you to #DeafWoke.
Yeah.
And reading your bio, I think back on how we met, and your spirit was just so warm. Not like those egotistical people we often meet, but you're so welcoming to the community.
Listen, Antoine, I'm trying my best. Oh, thank you. I try. Thank you.
But my first question for you is, how are you doing?
Oh, we live in a very interesting time for everyone, for all communities. Um, and I think right now, art is the only way that we can really come together and get through these really interesting times. Um, the trans community is being attacked, and other communities as well, Latino communities, Black communities. And so I think right now, I just want to focus on my art and focus on really uplifting community and using my voice as a vessel. I know people see opera singers as this glitz and glamour diva um, lifestyle, but you know, my voice teachers always remind me that what I do is of service, and it's not about me. It's about what the universe or God or whoever in the spirit realm that's given me this gift to share to the masses. So I think right now, I'm taking it one step at a time, like many. I think a lot of folks are just taking it one day at a time. But
Mm-hmm.
a podcast like this, it's really nice to be a part of because we need community. We need to discuss and talk and connect. So yes.
Yes. And I really appreciate the way that you can take a scope of the different communities and say that it's not just me, but looking outward to all of us together. And speaking of, would you mind giving us a visual description of yourself for those who might be blind or low vision in our audience who might be watching? Can you describe what you look like for them, please?
Uh, well, I am tall, and I've gotten my height from my father. My family is all about expressing yourself and embracing your height. And my, grandmother always said that, my height is exemplifies being closer to God. I'm 6'2". I have brown hair with light blonde highlights. I do like blonde hair. Sometimes I go a little crazy with the blonde hair, but
Come
um,
on here, come on.
but I love all colors when it comes to my hair. Um, what else? Um, I have honey skin. I'm African American, a proud singer, and yeah, a trans woman. And the light that is within me is the light of the music that has been birthed in me since I was a child. And so when I speak and sing, it is just consistent music and a consistent flow of just healing and beauty.
Yes. Oh, I love that. And I love your hoop earrings.
Oh, yes, my hoop earrings.
You got your pink sweater on today. Oh,
My
it's
pink
beautiful.
sweater. Thank you. It's a lot of pink today, but
I love it. And I want to know a little bit more about you. Where did you grow up? And what was it like growing up in that place?
well, I'm from Baltimore, Maryland, so East Coast. Right now it's really cold. So to all my East Coast friends and family, please stay warm. But yes, I'm from Baltimore, Maryland, and I just grew up in a family of artists. Maryland is a place where a lot of great singers and composers like John Waters, who else? Um, I think it's Ella Fitzgerald or Billie Holiday, one of those. Oh my God, I always get them too confused. I love them both. But I grew up, you know,
Hmm.
with a very musical family. My father plays 8 instruments. My mother played the flute and the cello. Um, my dad swears that I got my singing from him, but he can sing a little bit.
Oh,
My mother, she's all right, but I think, um, in regards to singing. But my but my mother is amazing. She is the one that really gave me the strength and the wisdom and the tools to survive um, in this world. And I'm very grateful for my mother. She is a warrior. She has always, she was the one who took me to all my auditions and voice lessons. And, you know, I studied at the Baltimore School for the Arts, which is kind of like the Fame School, but it's like the sister school of LaGuardia School for the Arts in New York City. So I went to Baltimore School for the Arts, but before that, I started singing around 5, and I sang my first solo at New Shiloh Baptist Church. I sang "What a Fellowship," and I didn't know that I could sing. I think people saw from the outside that I had this voice, and I remember the pastor going up to my mother and saying, "You need to do something with this voice. She has a voice that's very unique. You can sign her up for voice lessons with Morgan State University." And so I started voice lessons at Morgan State University at 12, and I studied under Nathan Carter. And
Wow.
yeah, I think it was just a part of me. And I was very shy, but as I got older, I became very dramatic. And I was very expressive, Antoine, like very expressive. And my mother was like, "Oh my gosh, why is my child so dramatic and causing all this uproar?" But, but I think it was just a part of who I am and my artistic personality, Antoine. Um, and, I was struggling, with my gender identity at the time. And so I had this very wide register. So I could sing soprano, alto, tenor, and bass. So when I would sing in the choir at church, the pastor would
Wow.
use me yeah, to help all the other voice types in the choir. But I had this wide range that kind of never went away. And I think hanging around with other artists really helped me deal with my gender identity. But also, on the other hand, I dealt with a lot of abuse from my father because he did not understand. And he thought that I was gay. And I was like, "No, I'm not gay. I just don't feel like I'm in the right body." And so when my parents divorced, my mother really pushed me to keep going in my singing, especially my grandmother, Grandma Kathleen Bowen. That is my grandma she was very immersed in classical music. She was very immersed in the arts, and she was very adamant that, especially as a Black family, that we are cultured, that we learn about composers and Black opera
Mhm.
singers. And so she would
Yes.
play these Black opera singers in her home. But also, I was bad. So when she would play opera singers on her radio, I would always fall asleep or I would be quiet. And so that was the only way that kind of kept me quiet when she would babysit me. But
Oh,
but yeah,
oh,
I
wow.
I just think that my grandmother, she really was kind of like the tool of education. And um so that was kind of like how I grew up, and work ethic. And now I understand that now as a performing professional artist is, having that work ethic and, using that to evolve. But I'm thankful for my grandmother for introducing me to a world that I didn't know. And so, but yeah, it was really hard, the abuse, and really trying to figure out how to survive in this body. And so I'm grateful to be here today, alive,
Mhm.
not just a trans woman, but as an artist, as a human being, as an educated woman. And so I'm very grateful. It's
Mm.
honest.
All snaps. Educated woman. Yes, that's right. And I want to circle back because it seems that your mom was and is a powerful person in your life who provided you with support and immediate acceptance of who you are,
Yeah.
and supporting your dream and helping to carry that to fruition. I'm wondering if there were other barriers, for example, to acceptance or education. I can think of myself as a deaf person
Mhm.
and educating people about who I am. And my mom accepted me for who I am. And so I'm wondering if you feel that it's important, that that helps you feel safe in your life, and that, it allows you to sing, and art can become a type of survival.
That's a very great question. Oh my God. So it's complicated, Antoine. I think because my my mother was very religious, and I'm spiritual, and and I love that people have different religions and stuff. But I grew up Southern Baptist, so it was very I grew up Southern Baptist, so it was very strict. And I think there was this fear that my mother would find out about me struggling with my gender identity. I think at the core, my mother knew what was happening, but she didn't say anything. You know how all mothers are, Antoine. They're just, they know the tea. And, but I think her supporting me in my music expressed her deep love and admiration for me as her child. Even though I think she did not understand what was happening with me, I think her love and her support, I'm so sorry, was the best, because when my father left, she always made sure that my brother and I would have the best quality of life. And that was her uh, that was her main priority. And I think now, as in my early 30s, mid 30s, I'm seeing that now. I'm seeing what my mother did for us. And I think um, it just shows me how selfless she was. And I think I remember when Nathan Carter at New Charlotte Baptist Church went up to my mother and said, I think your child should audition for Baltimore School for the Arts. It's one of the leading arts high schools in all of Maryland and the East Coast, next to New York and et cetera. And my mother was like, okay, well, get them prepared, get them ready. So I remember the day I auditioned at Baltimore School for the Arts, I sang "The Sun Will Come Out Tomorrow" from Annie, and I tore it up. I was belting it, and I was just myself. And it was so funny because the voice faculty was there. Robert Cantrell, um, oh God, uh, and several other voice teachers were there, and they said, "Wow, you sound." they just didn't know what to say. But I tore that song up, Antoine. Like I was, and also I think when I was singing that
Hmm.
song, it was the pain that I was dealing with, not being with my father, him being absent, seeing him abusing my mother, all of these things kind of was like all builded up inside of me. And when I sing "The Sun Will Come Out," I believed in those words. And I think as an artist, when you're singing, you have to believe in your words. And I know within the deaf community, you know, using sign language and ASL, those are words, those are belief, words have power, words have meaning, words have expression. And so when I sing "The Sun Will Come Out," they were so enthralled that they asked me for a callback the same day of my audition. And I remember my mother picked me up from the school, and she was like, "How did your audition go?" I said, "Well, I got a call back, Mom." And she's like, "No, you didn't." She didn't believe me, and she was just laughing. And so then when I came back for the call back, I took the bus back to the school, went to the call back, and I was just amazed to see all of these talented artists. Um, and I was amazed. And what is I forgot the fashion designer name from Project Runway. He does like Michelle Obama's gowns and stuff. I went to high school with him. Oh my God, how do I forget his name? He's like really famous. But
Mm-hmm.
it was, but it was just like, it was just a community. And I think that community really helped me through my situation and figure out my gender identity. You know, I saw drag queens around the neighborhood because it was a very like LGBT neighborhood, and I didn't know what drag queens were. I didn't know what trans was. I didn't know any of that until I went to high school. So high school really opened my eyes to a community of people, but also a community of talent. So I'm grateful for my mom, Antoine. She really was, you know, everything. And she is everything to me.
Yes. Oh, I just have to say, thank God for mothers
That's right.
and the mothers that are in our lives. As I was listening to you, I know you went to college and university, and I'm sure there was some excitement about participating in that space. But I remember for myself during that time, I doubted myself
Mm.
and I needed something to build my confidence. And I'm wondering if you had a moment where you doubted yourself, and what did you do to fight through that? Because I know we all go through different things, but I'm curious what that was like for you.
Yes, trust. I've had a lot of moments that I doubted myself. Um, yeah, you know, when I started my bachelor's degree, I was singing tenor because a lot of the voice teachers wanted me to sing male voice at the time. And this was before I transitioned. I transitioned the end of my sophomore year to going into my junior year. And so during that time period, I felt like vocally, I did not feel comfortable singing a lower voice type. And and what's very interesting to me is that when I decided to sing soprano, the voice faculty was not having it. They said, "No, you are not going to change your voice type
Oh,
in the middle of your schooling. How dare you?" Those
really?
were the exact words, Antoine. They said, "How dare you?" And I said to myself, "Well, I don't feel comfortable like singing this because, you know, a lot of these vocal types are within the binary. So if you sing tenor, you're the heroic um, you're the heroic character that saves the damsel in distress. If you're a bass baritone, you're kind of like the grandfather or the father, you know. So it was very stereotyped and very binary. And so
Mm.
I wanted to be the soprano. I wanted to be the damsel in distress. I wanted to be the princess, LOL. But, and so, you know, I you know, there were teachers saying that, oh, you'll never be successful in this business, transitioning voice types. Um, it was a lot of negativity, but it was my community of friends at school that really supported me. And one of my dear friends, Jacoby Colson, he went to the board of the school because they were trying to remove me from the program because of me transitioning and so forth. And he fought for me. He went to the board of the school and told them, "You are letting go of talent. And this school, you know, is a prominent school in California. You know, it's the Disney school. I went to the freaking Disney school." And they said, you know, he said, "You will regret letting go of this talent." And so they kept me there. And so I changed to soprano. And two of the teachers I wanted to work with didn't want to work with me because they were uncomfortable working with a trans person. I said, "It's I'm just transitioning my gender. This has nothing to do with my voice. When you're working with the voice, you work with each voice student where they're at, if they're singing low, a middle voice, high voice." And so I'm like, "You could have just treat me like a voice, you know?" And so they assigned me to a new teacher. Her name is Kate Conklin. She's a 6'4" cisgender woman. And I felt like the universe connected me to her because
Oh.
she gave me all the tools to be the successful singer I am today. Um, I can say I'm so grateful for her because she taught me the Alexander technique, which is like breathing and relaxing the muscles and making sure you're not, straining or whatever. And
Mm-hmm.
she was the one that supported me and checked on me and texted me and said, "Are you okay? Are you, do you need help with this? You can always come to my studio." And I think in moments of doubt, you can't do it alone. And I think sometimes as human beings,
Yes.
Antoine, and especially as a Black woman and as a Black community, we have been taught to be strong, to hold our feelings inside, to not, you know, um, express ourselves, and you know, and that's very prominent in our community. And so it was very hard for me to express the loneliness and the
Yes.
depression and all of the things I was dealing with my transition. But um, we can't do it alone. We have to, support is vital. And this is why the human connection is so important. Because if we don't have that, you know, we should not be struggling alone. So during my moments of doubt, trust. And I still have my moments of doubt, Antoine. Even when I'm performing today, and I know people are like, "Oh my God, Breanna's amazing. She sounds amazing." I still have my doubts. I'm like, "Oh my God, this is bad. Oh my God, I need to fix this." I'm very hard on myself. And I think that's just something that was just instilled in me. But I'm trying to give myself a little bit more grace, Antoine.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And I see that the community is continuing to uplift you, even when you're going in your moments of doubt. You have those people that support you and lift your spirit, and that helps you to carry forward. Each person has those flames that we can collect and they ignite us so that we can spread that light to other people.
Amen.
And I think about the voice. You know, when you said the voice, what does voice mean to you?
Hmm. Antoine, these questions, my goodness. Woo! Wow. That's yeah. The voice is our own unique sound, and it's how we use that sound. And I think, during my schooling, I would hear teachers say, "Oh, your sound is so unique." And I always try to sound like everyone else. Like when I was at the conservatory, the sopranos were fierce. I mean, they would sing, and I would sit there like, "Oh my God, I don't even sound like that." I'm like, they sound so amazing. And I would try to emulate that. And it was my teacher at the conservatory, Ruby Pleasure. Um, she said, "Breanna, what are you doing?" She said, "Why are you trying to sound like them?" She said, "You need to sound like you. And when you sound like you, people will see that. And that's what makes you stand out."
Mhm.
She
Say
said,
that.
the Leontine Prices, the um, Marian Andersons, the Grace Bumbrys, all of them people had unique voices. They weren't trying to sound like everybody else. And that's why they became icons. And it stuck with me my 3 years in my master's program. And I'm still having that motto today to just use my voice. What's Breanna's voice? What's Antoine's voice? What's, you know, um, my mother's voice? Whatever, what is our own voice? And so I really now, as I'm singing Breanna's voice. I'm not trying to sound like everybody else. And, my voice has so many characteristics and pain and peace and power. It's just so many emotions in my voice because of the struggles that I've had to deal with for so long. You know, my voice has character, and it's not a
Mm.
robot, or I'm not trying to sound like everybody else. And I think now I'm able to sing freely because I understand what my voice can do. I understand what my voice is. And when you understand what your voice is, it doesn't even have to be singing. It could be, I don't know, writing something in a book. That's your voice. Or ASL is your voice. All of that, our voices are unique in so many different ways. And so,
Mm-hmm. Yes. And it seems like for you, the voice is your vibration, your spiritual vibration, your light that shines from your soul, your story. And I agree. I agree. And it sounds like that's your superpower too. And that comes with great responsibility, right?
Yes,
The
yes,
thing.
Antoine. Yes, I understand. You're so right.
And I understand that you went to the California Institute of the Arts, CalArts. What was that experience like for you?
I mean, yeah, it was a very intense experience. Like, previously when I was in transition at CalArts. So, um, I think the thing is that I created a community of friends, and actually the whole school like started to notice that I was transitioning. And I think for
Mm-hmm.
them, um, it was the community that supported me, and they really were like kind of informing the teachers to keep her, keep her, keep her.
Beautiful.
And so, yeah, and I still talk to my friends from college. We talk every day, we hang out, even though we're all in different places of the country, when I go and visit to sing, we hang out, I think, my community of friends really helped me through some really interesting and very difficult times at CalArts. CalArts is a fantastic school, but I think when you're transitioning, it's visual. Anyone could be gay or, people can hide that, but when you're transitioning, people see the changes visually. And so you have to deal with your own situation. And then also you have to deal with what people are seeing and people's reactions. So there's a lot happening, and so I
Mm-hmm.
think it just takes patience, it takes strength. I mean, to be honest, even thinking about this, Antoine, and you asking me this question, me going back to this nostalgic place, I don't even know how I did it, Antoine, to be very honest. Like, it was hard. It was very challenging.
Mm. Yes, yes. Fun fact, I also went to CalArts.
You're
So
lying. Oh,
I was there. I'm not. I really
no
was
way,
there.
Antoine. Oh
I
my
was there for
gosh.
dance.
Oh my gosh.
And I've danced with many of the singers.
Oh,
And
not
you're
you
right.
gagging me on your podcast. Oh my God.
I mean,
Speechless.
but like you mentioned, there were a few Black dancers at that time,
Yes.
and it was not easy.
Yeah.
And to know that you also went there, I'm just astounded.
Wow, Antoine, this is crazy. I did not. Oh my God. I'm shocked, like
Yeah,
genuinely
yeah.
shocked.
And even though I'm deaf, yeah, I was there.
Wow.
We are the Cal Art Mafia now. No, I'm just
Yes, we are.
kidding.
Yes, we are the CalArts Mafia. Antoine, I feel like I've seen you at CalArts. I feel like I've seen you walked around the dance, that dance hall where it's like I think it's on the first floor. I forgot. First floor, second floor.
Yep,
But I
yep.
feel like I've seen you before. I don't know. I might have like a lot. I was a baby back then, but
Oh, stop. I was known as the deaf person that loved to feel and watch people sing. And I do enjoy watching people sing. And it's just so powerful. It's really powerful.
Yeah.
And it's not just this voice that comes out, but it is like a spirit with lyrics and soul. And I want to give our audience an opportunity to watch a little bit of you in this video of you singing. All right, are we ready? Do you mind if we share this with the audience?
Sure, Antoine, go on.
Okay, here we go. Yes. Ooh. Tell me about that performance.
You know what? So Andy Yee, who is the composer, she's a two-time Grammy Award-winning composer and cellist, and she wrote a trans requiem, and she was, I think, looking for trans singers to sing it, and so she came to my page, and she sent me an email, and she says, "Are you interested?" And I said, well, yes, of course, especially during these crazy times that we live in. Antoine, it was the most beautiful experience that I've probably ever been, because to see, well, first of all, it was a sold out concert. The church was filled from the pew all the way to the back. It was standing room only. We did have security because, Trump became president and all these attacks against the trans community. So there was a lot of security there. But it was the most beautiful time ever. My girlfriend, Catherine, who was the other soloist, we actually did a film together, a documentary together, and we find out at the same time that we were both singing in the Trans Requiem, which was such a beautiful thing. And just to see the community, people were crying, people were moved. But the reality is that, as trans artists, they don't want to hire us. And it was funny, it was very interesting. A lot of audience members were asking me, are you singing at the Met? Are you singing at the SF Opera? And I said, unfortunately, not yet, not at this moment, but, we still live in a world where, the hate towards us and everything is really hard for us. But when we sing the Trans Requiem, that was for us, by us, really was uplifting and powerful, because what I've realized, especially even as Black artists, we have to create our own stuff and show it to the world, because we cannot be waiting for people to try to accept us, to embrace us.
You better say that.
We cannot wait for that. And so I'm learning now that we have to create and perform and do what we can. And so the Trans Requiem really is a special piece in my life, in my developing career, you know, and I'm just very grateful for that experience. Truly, it was a beautiful. I mean, everyone was terrific. Even the direct, what's her name, Mel. She was kind of like the event organizer, getting everything together. Just a beautiful soul. And so we recorded the album the day before the concert, which is they're working on sending it off for Grammy consideration this fall winter, for 2027. So wish us luck.
Ooh.
But if we get a Grammy for that, that would be really not just big beyond our capacity, but like I think with what's going on in our world, I think the world needs to see us um, in professional careers. I think there's so much stigma um, on us as trans folks that people need to see us be doctors and lawyers and performers and professionals, and people need to see our humanity. It makes us human, in people's eyes. So the Trans
Mhm.
Requiem was a really brilliant time, and I'm so grateful that Andy chose me to sing for this.
Yes. And I believe in that saying that I grew up with when we're talking about FUBU, for us, by us,
Yes.
and with us. Yes, we need that. And I'm thinking about how we can bring our people together, not just, saying I'm a trans person, but I'm a Black trans person. So you
Yes.
can't forget about my Black identity and my trans identity.
Preach.
And your performance was just so beautiful. But there's another one that I just have to show. Just this one
Oh
more.
no.
Just this one more. Oh, wow. What was that performance? Tell me a little bit about that one.
Yes. So the program was called Identity. So we performed Negro spirituals, what else, and other choral works. And Rex Mobley, he was one of the soloists. He's a countertenor, Grammy, I think, award winner. No, Grammy nominated countertenor, world renowned. And oh God, and then oh my God, I always forget the baritone's name, but Phil Lima. And we were the soloists for the program, and the choir was Coro Allegro. The conductor was David Hodgkins. He is the conductor and director of Coro Allegro, which is a LGBT choir. And yeah, they asked me to perform for this event in Boston, and we had a sold out concert again. And it was
Ooh.
just a beautiful, it was very cold because it was in the winter time. but just to
Yep.
just to be in the midst of, you know, an audience filled with just love, and they embraced me, and it was just a really beautiful time. So it was really great.
And I was watching it and watching you, and my soul just felt so connected.
Wow.
And I remember that I choreographed a dance performance while you sang, and being able
Oh my God.
to dance around your music and just being connected,
Wow.
it would be just, oh, such a pleasure. And I thought to myself, I have to interview this person. Community has to know more about you, and especially our Black community.
Yeah.
We need to know that you exist and that we aren't alone. We can feel your singing and how it heals so many people. But I have to ask,
Uh-oh.
because you sing a lot, right? So has your voice ever stopped? Like, what do you do to take care of your voice? Because you sing a lot. What's your special medicine? Do you use tea, honey? What are your little remedies? Do you
Okay, I'll
pray?
give you well, prayer, yes, of course. I've had to pray all the time. But yeah, I'll give you one of my secrets. I'm not going to share them all, but one of my one of my big secret is Manuka honey. So Manuka honey is made in New Zealand. It's a special type of honey that has
Ooh.
antibacterial properties, that really like heals and coats the throat and relaxes the throat. And so sometimes I take a spoon of that before I sing, and I also use it in my tea. One of the medicinal teas that I always buy, it's very popular. It's called Throat Coat. Everyone uses it. It's very popular, but I like to mix the Manuka honey with that. Also, like a couple of hours before the show,
Let me write this
you know,
down.
I try not to talk as much. And if I do talk, I sing in my head voice. I'll go, "Yes, how are you today?" Like I'll speak in just my head voice, because if you speak on your chords, it actually tires you out. So when I speak up here, when I speak in my head voice, you know, it's easier for me to perform because I'm not pushing on the chords. So that's kind of one of the tricks and tips that I use.
Check, check, and check. Don't talk to you. Don't make you talk before your show. Oh, that means you have to learn sign language. Okay.
Yes,
To communicate. I
yes.
thought that you knew some sign language, right?
I know how to do the alphabet, but that's all I know. Yes. But I took a sign language ASL course in middle school at Lock Raven Academy in Maryland. And it was so fun because we would do like sign language for like pop songs. And I was like, okay, one of the pop singers I was obsessed with was Britney Spears. So I would, and I love Whitney Houston, and I love Monica and Brandy. So like they would tell us to pick a song that you like and then do a sign language for them. But it was a long
Okay.
time ago, so I forgot. Like honestly, forgot.
It's funny because sometimes when I ask a question like, what's your favorite singer? The responses vary. But I know you said a lot of names and you shared a lot of names with us today. Who would you say was the most influential or played the biggest role for you?
So classical music wise, I would say Jessie Norman, because she was a big girl. She was like me. We were, you know, we're tall, we have big lungs, and the voice of gold, like, oh, excuse me, sorry. Um, she was the queen of the opera world. This powerful Black woman just breaking all of these barriers and seeing all of the world. I really looked up to her. And when I watched
Mm.
some of like classic performances of like Jesse Norman and Leontine Price, just to see them sing with confidence, knowing that the world was against them and there was an adversary, you know, not wanting them to be on the opera stage. So watch them fight the odds and do it, Antoine, was like watching that. I just am so empowered. And sometimes before a show or the day before a show, I'll just go on YouTube and just do a full Jesse Norman, Leontine Price video montage just to get me like, you know, feeling good, feeling secure, feeling confident. You know, these are wonderful role models that I look up to, Antoine. Now for like pop music and stuff like that, I have an array of people, um, but it's like bad pop music. It's just stuff that keeps my brain like not overthinking so much, Antoine.
That's all right. That's all right. And you've been naming these people, and I think, it might be time for our game.
Oh no!
And the name of the game is Name These People. Hey! And it's a really easy game. So you can either say the name of the person if you know the name, or you can say, oh, I know the first letter of the name, or the name of a film or a song that they did. So you get the rules of the game?
Yes.
All right. So I know our time is almost up, but this person is deaf, a native of Philadelphia, and has a silver medal Deaf Olympics athlete and an ASL performer. This person performed at the Super Bowl halftime show, and they were translating Rihanna songs. They also appeared on the front cover of Vogue magazine.
Oh my God.
And they were named in the BBC's 100 Women list. Who is this person?
Oh no. Oh my God. Okay, this sounds familiar. I remember her in the halftime performance. Oh my God. Antoine, I don't know this one. It's like at the tip of my tongue, but I've seen her at the halftime.
Yeah. She was there.
No. Yes. And she did all like she went viral for like dancing on, you know, getting down with the yes.
She's a dancer too. You're right.
Yes, Justina Miles.
Justina Miles. And she is just an amazing dancer as well. You are right. She's a singer, a dancer. She performed at the Super Bowl. And I would love to see her sign your music. Okay. And we have this person, a native of Pauling, New York, who has a profundo voice as conveyed as both menace and dignity. One of the top Black actors and the GOAT. Has Emmys, Grammys, Oscars, and Tony winner. You remember them in Coming to America and Lion King as the voice of the father?
James Earl Jones.
And it says Luke the father. What was the name again?
James Earl Jones, right? James Earl Jones. Yeah.
Yes. You're right. You're right. Okay. This individual is deaf from Sierra Leone, Africa, and has made history as the first Black deaf scientist by holding a PhD from the University of Tennessee. This person survived barriers like Civil War and education and language acquisition. I'll show you a picture.
Oh, she looks familiar. Oh my God, this is hard. Oh my God. I'm not
This
sure
one
who
is
this one
hard.
is, Antoine.
And we're going to take a look. This is
Oh,
Dr.
yes.
Ami Forna Sanko.
Was she interviewed by Oprah?
And she is amazing.
I feel like I've seen her on
I believe
something.
you're right. I think so.
Yeah, 'cause I think she was on Oprah.
Okay. We have a rapper who is also an actor, television producer, and many people know this individual.
Oh, I know who this
They are
is.
in the club, known for In the Club. And in 2003, they were topping charts worldwide.
Is that 50 Cent? Oh God.
Yes. Okay. So this person is hearing from Laurel, Mississippi, the first Black opera power and grace soprano to receive international acclaim. The voice has a mezzo to pure soprano gold, perfectly spun high C. This person was invited to perform solo opera song Summertime during a radio broadcast that was recorded live at Broadway's Ritz Theater in 1953. Who is this person?
Leontine Price. Well, you know what really caught my attention was Laura, Mississippi. I forgot she was born and raised in Mississippi.
What? Wow. You're right. You're right. Okay, this one is harder.
Oh no.
This is a deaf person from Los Angeles, California, who was in the movie Sound of Metal and The Ellen Show. Also was with Dooley Hill teaching how to dance and discussed his journey as a deaf dancer. And that was done in 2024.
I think
person?
Oh my God, I think I saw this on the Alum show too, but I don't remember. Oh my God, Antoine, this is hard.
Yes.
I give up. Yes, yes. I was gonna say he
Mhm.
had like long hair. Yeah,
Yes.
Shaheem Sanchez. Yes.
Shaheem. Yep. And we've talked about that before. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. This one is a hearing individual from North Carolina, a singer, actress, producer, model, and also won the third season of American Idol in 2004. She has a powerful voice and soulful style. And she played the character Celie in the color purple. What's that? The musical movie or the Broadway?
Oh, the Broadway.
What
Yeah.
who's
I know
that?
who this is. That's Jennifer Hudson, right? Fantasia. Oh, I forgot Fantasia. Because Jennifer
Yeah.
Hudson lost. Yeah, Jennifer Hudson lost because she was like the top two. And I remember Fantasia won, and she's still a powerhouse today.
You're right. Okay, this is the last one. A two-spirited individual from Oakland, California. Award-winning, internationally known choreographer, dancer, actor, and advocate the founder of Deaf Woke, and provides access to stories and Black Lives Matter movements through education, arts, and social justice. And likes to play fun games like Guess Who? And received an award in 2023. Who is that? Who could
That's
that
you,
be?
Antoine. That is definitely you.
Oh, that's not me. That's not me.
Yes, that is. I love it. Love it.
Oh, stop. Yeah, but you did it. You did
I
amazing.
try.
And the funny thing is, my team set this up. It wasn't me.
Oh,
But sometimes I don't know who the people are. But
trust.
it's so
I'm with
good
you.
learning about, different people in our history.
Absolutely.
But we're almost done. And I don't want to be selfish with you, even though I've enjoyed chatting with you and I know you're busy. But some of our audience members have so many questions for you. So if we can just take a few minutes for our audience to ask their questions, whether that be through Facebook or if you are logged into another platform, go ahead and type your question in the chat box, or you can direct message me and I will pass along your question. So go ahead, ask Breanna anything. Let's see. Ask Breanna Sinclairé. And let me pull up some of these questions. And this audience member says, well, voice. And I'm not sure if it's an Aesop's fable or African proverb, but it says, be when you. Someone else said, volume up.
Yeah, it was getting choppy. I couldn't.
Oh, okay, okay. Can you hear now? Is the
Yeah.
audio better?
Mhm.
Okay. One question came up, a direct message saying, what was the wildest moment for you while singing? So I guess that means, what's the craziest thing that ever happened while you were singing?
Okay. Um, so when I sing at the San Francisco Symphony in 2018, I was actually ill with bronchitis and the flu. And I went up
What?
there. I was so sick that day, but I already signed the contract. And I went up there, Antoine, and I sang the house down. I got a standing ovation. But as soon as I went back into the green room, I like literally fainted. And I couldn't I couldn't see like the people at the end of the
Oh,
show because I was so sick. Like I just got rushed home afterwards. So that's like probably one of the
no.
wildest things that happened. I was like really sick, but the show must go on.
Oh, I'm so happy that you are safe, but ooh. Oh, and one person says here, I'm having a blast watching this. And what are you looking forward to this year in 2026? What fabulousness do you have lined up?
Yes, so I have several things. Some of them I can't say, but I think I can say this. So the Trans Requiem is going on their first leg of the American tour, and we're going to be in Boston. We're going to be in San Francisco. So if you want to see the show, that's going to be November 14th. So it's going to be fall, winter. So that's the first leg of the American tour. But yeah, so we're getting ramped up and prepared for that. Um, what else? Hopefully we get the Grammy nomination. So the Trans Requiem album will be coming out soon. Also, I just We did a documentary film called Tessitura, but we were Oscar qualified, but we didn't get the Oscar nomination this year. So, but it's still okay. But I think right now they're going to release it on POV, PBS, and a couple of other television networks. So y'all be able to see the short documentary film. But there's some other things in the works. But I'm very grateful.
Wow. Thank you. And I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to seeing you in San Francisco.
Yes, yes. Antoine, I'll post it on my Instagram too. So if you want to share with your friends and stuff, and I can also email it to you once we get closer.
Okay. Okay. And we have another question from our viewers that's saying, such a beautiful and inspirational story. I am loving this. Are you interested in providing mentorship to those in need?
You know what? Someone asked me this before. Listen, I'm not ready yet. Once I get to a place where I'm like financially secure and, and singing wise, I want to be able to give back. But right now, I feel like the universe is preparing me for that. I do want to have my own voice studio and teach voice lessons, but that's later in life. Right now, I'm just enjoying being the performer, but I think later in life, I do want to, create a voice studio for trans singers. So.
Oh, yes. Thank you for that. And another audience member says, thank you for sharing these gems. Do you have any favorite songs in opera in your mind? If yes, what are they and why?
Yes. I love, so it's Italian, from Puccini, La Bohème. I love singing Donde lieta usci, which is Mimi's aria when she is like dying. But it's a great aria. It's very popular. What else? I love singing the habanera from Carmen, even though I'm not a mezzo anymore. What else? I enjoy singing like in other languages. I love my Negro spirituals like Ride on King Jesus. What else? Swing Low, Sweet Chariot. I love singing Ride on King Jesus because it's like it's fast tempo. It gets the audience excited. What else? Yeah, there's a numerous amount of stuff. I love singing the Song to the Moon from Dvorak's Rusalka, which is about a mermaid nymph. She's a mermaid, which just the orchestration and the
Ooh.
chords and the beauty of it. It's very like aquatic and just flowy. I feel like dancers would probably like the instrumentation of Song to the Moon by Dvorak from Rusalka. So that's just to name a few.
Okay. Oh, will you have an ASL music singer like a deaf person and maybe Antoine dance to perform your music?
Oh, that's a possibility. We just have to, Antoine, we have to connect and figure out, because I do want to do like opera music videos, because when Jesse Norman did a set of classical music from Strauss and Wagner and all of them, she did like music videos for them. And I want to do a music video of certain arias of me performing, and maybe Antoine, we could do something with that. I just want something different and fun. I just feel like right now I'm just in a different
Mhm.
creative space. And so,
Mhm.
I think,
Okay.
classical music is not one dimensional. And I think it's so traditional and so strict. I really want to just start exploring different ways of how, we can get younger generations interested in the opera world. So maybe Antoine, maybe you could be a part of this music video situation, but I'm still trying to figure this out. We're trying to get funding and all of that.
Okay, yeah, listen, I'm trying to be a good host and not ignore questions, but sometimes I feel like we got a question. We'll take this one more question. It says, can Antoine sing? These people trying to find out if I can sing. They don't know. They don't know. There were other
All right, let me see.
barriers.
I could
For
try.
example,
I'm
to
not scared of you.
No, stop, Antoine.
I like the audience trying to see if I can sing.
People about
Let me see.
I just want to see if I could sing.
You verify. If I sing bad, I sing
So
for
I'm
that.
wondering if you feel that it's
I went
important
home
that
sitting
that
by
helps
the
you feel safe
phone
in your
all
life,
night
and
long
that,
just to see
you
if
know,
we
it
could
allows
get it
you to
on.
sing and art
I
can
never
become a
dream
type
about a
of
girl
survival.
1, 2, 3, 4 times.
That's
But I don't have a lot of money, but I will give you my lifetime.
I think.
Okay, Antoine, you better. All right now.
Okay. I need practice, right? I need practice.
No. Listen, Antoine, this is your voice, and you express it the way you want to express it. Okay?
Thank you. Okay, this is our last question, people. I always have to ask as a performer, what do you do for self-care and balancing your career and other parts of your life? So what's your self-care and how do you find balance?
Oh, you know what? I feel like self-care is different for everyone. Um, okay, this might sound crazy, but one of my self-care routines, I like to have popcorn and watch Real Housewives. Sometimes I like to watch bad TV because it keeps my mind like off of the serious things in life. What else? I love cooking and I love baking. That's another way of self-care for me, even though that's kind of like work. Um, what else? Reading a book. Um, just wearing my pajamas, being comfortable, no makeup, nothing, just those little things is kind of a part of my self-care practice. I like to light a candle at night, and just have a glass of red wine and call it a night, and just relax. So those are like several of my self-care practices. But balancing it all is very hard. I can say that, you know. But I'm learning. I think we all learn how to balance life and rest. And now I'm learning now, I work so much, but also I need to take time for myself and not overextend myself to the point where I'm exhausted.
Yes. Well, I really just want to say thank you. And thank you for taking care of Breanna. And I know it's not fair because you're here with us today and your story doesn't end here, though. So we want to encourage the audience to follow you on social media. We have Instagram at Breanna Alice Sinclair, Facebook at Breanna Elise Sinclair. And not only that, we have Twitter or X at BREA Sinclair. And if you can't remember all of these handles, you can use the QR code to follow her on Instagram. It's right there. But really, truly, thank you so much for coming today.
Thank you, Antoine. Thank you for inviting me. This was really fun, actually. This is one of the best podcasts because I've never done a game in a podcast. So this was really fun. And thank you. It has been a pleasure. And I know we're going to continue to work together, Antoine. We're also in a trailer together too. So
Yep.
but I'm just very grateful, and we need to hear more stories of people coming from the ashes to become who they are. So I'm very grateful, and thank you for having me. This was a pleasure.
Yes. And I, want to invite you to make any burning last thoughts that you want to share with our audience. What would you like to say to them?
Wow. Continually check on one another and embrace one another. We're in some very difficult times, and I think that, we should show up for one another. I know it's hard, but I think showing up for one another is a beautiful thing. So that's kind of like my final thought with all of this. It's just, we just got to show up and support each other the best way we can.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And you're right. We will reconnect. Thank you so much for coming to #DeafWoke. And I'll see you very, very soon. Sending you love.
Thank you.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. That was, whew. Breanna just stole my heart. It was amazing. She's such an amazing spirit. Her story is so heartfelt. And we all have stories, and we all have gifts in different ways, whether you are a painter or someone who cooks or sings, but the voice is part of your soul, and that is your light, and it's breathed into you. And that vibration comes with the responsibility and how you use that, and the power that it emanates is something that we can all feel. And as a transgender individual who exists in different communities, it's not easy, but you have to continue to believe in yourself and continue to thrive. And as Breanna said, it's not easy when you try to do it alone, but when you come together as a community, we can go forward together. And when you do that, we build community, and we build and grow stronger. We make beautiful kingdoms. And maybe someone feels like they are in the beginning of their career of singing and they're still developing. Let them be who they are. Because if you don't, you're destroying their spirit. And you're telling people, like you're telling them not to breathe. And they're saying to you, I have to breathe. I have to sing. And because of that, our communities can heal, and we can heal ourselves. We have these gifts that God has given us, and we can't stop that superpower. And that is a Deaf Woke moment. So I say thank you, Breanna Sinclairé, for coming here today. You have been amazing. Thank you to the interpreters Thank you to Intersection of the Arts, our audience, Borealis, Philanthropy, Disability Inclusion folks. Thank you to the Urban Jazz Dance Company staff for coming, and you all for watching. Thank you so much. Where are my hearts and likes? Where are the hearts and likes? Come on. Send them in. And if you want to donate to see more of this work continue, please use our website, realurbanjazzdance.com. We can't thank you all enough. I see many comments from the audience saying that they've enjoyed it. And I want to end this show in a different way. It's so beautiful that I have to show this last. And again, I hope that Breanna doesn't mind. This is Antoine Hunter, Purple Fire Crow. Peace, love, and I'm out. You have to take a look. I just have to. Watch this again.